before we jump to the custom ones, do you use them very often? Those
No,
validators?
I mean, you have seen how much there is.
No, not all of them, of course, but do you have them in your projects you're working on right now? Are you using them, or is this something nice feature, but you don't really get to use it?
We have used it,
Mm-hmm.
but most of the times, in those projects, we didn't have so many business rule validations like that. But later on, we can also show that so you can actually use this everywhere in your service.
Ah, okay.
Not just in like the REST endpoint, but everywhere. And so
okay.
maybe you show this now. How you can use this everywhere. For example, normally we have like a service, our book service, and it has an awesome create book function that gets a book and returns a book. And as before, we are not very creative. This is application scoped. And in here, we just injected book service. And now, instead of creating the book here, we have delegated this to our service. So it does the awesome book creation for us. So that's normal stuff. We still have the validation here in the REST endpoint. What you can also do is remove this here and add it here. It's as easy as that. And now, whenever you call this function from anywhere in your service, this validation will happen because Quarkus generates some code around this function.
So the validate will actually start triggering the Hibernate validators you integrate, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't have this, then it will not use the annotations you set to the.
Yeah. If you don't have it, then I mean it's okay to pass around this DTO. You don't want to check it all the time.
Okay.
You might have in the meantime invalid data in it, or you just don't want to check it in every method in your service. That's like overkill. But here in your book service, you could say, hey, when this comes in here, then I want to make sure it's okay.
Nice.
So this one was okay, and this one is not. Why is it
That's
500?
Not a pretty
constraint violation exception list. Okay. It seems they added some nice exception handling when it's in the when it's happening in the REST resource, but we can always handle this. What we should do anyways, because we usually have a contract with our client, so we don't want the standard exception mapping. We want what we discussed with our client to have in our exception mapping. So what we can do is we server exception mapper. Thanks, IntelliJ. Map constraint.
I thought the autocomplete is always great with IntelliJ.
Yeah, that's amazing. I wouldn't survive without it.
I can use sarcasm or irony.
No, it's I wouldn't survive without it.
Oh, okay. You're general. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Wasn't sure.
No, I couldn't work with Xcode.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Come on. Constraint. How was it called? Constraint violation exception. Yeah. So now here we can have our class. Let's just go with turn exception. Here we get the constraint violations. So a set of all the violations. And very professionally, we don't map this at all, and we just return it. And hopefully this works. Or not.
It looks like another GitHub issue.
No. It's a layer 8 issue.
You mean a user issue? The problem is always in front of the PC?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Status is 400. And entity is this, and we want to build it.
Okay, so now you're really mapping it to one thing. Okay.
Yeah, because we cannot just return. We need to set the status code for an exception.
Okay.
That's why we cannot just return a body object.
Okay.
If you don't map the status code, it shouldn't be a 200, obviously.
So this will only collect everything which is a constraint violation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing else.
Yeah.
All other errors will just be thrown as you threw them.
By the default exception mapper, or if you then define more.
Okay.
So you can really customize it, each exception, how it should be thrown.
Maybe we go to the next topic.
Holy. Yeah, that's happens every time to me when I don't prepare.
Are you sure it's rebuilt correctly?
I thought I clicked that. Oh, these are all the interfaces and not really. Maybe I should have mapped the data.
Flexors? Yes, that's bad. I'm a front-end
Maybe.
developer and I've not a lot of experience in the backend, but if I want 200, then I don't expect an error. So yes, that's bad. Violate, yes. Think you might be able to. Oh, never mind.
Let's try that. That's my last resort. After that, we skip it.
Well, the problem before was it was still 500, right? It wasn't 400.
Yeah, because something exploded. Something else exploded.
Okay.
Hey!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the problem is you cannot just give this to Jackson. This is a set of some interfaces. This is not. Yeah, he tries to grab some stuff out of there that he shouldn't, and then it explodes.
Okay.
That's.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we have our custom mapping here. Yeah, you can add all the other stuff in the exception that is in there. Just don't want to do that now. But yeah, that's what you can do. So you can use it in your service. And now if you have a gRPC API also that uses this createBook method as well, then you only have to write this validator once.
Nice.
And you can also use this internally in your service and so on. Just make sure the method is not private, because private methods cannot be overwritten. So Quarkus cannot inject code around it.
Okay.
So at least make it protected.
Mm-hmm.
And then Quarkus will generate the stuff around it, and you can have this validation.
Nice. So I'm not sure about codita ergo sum.
What?
I hope it's a joke.
Okay.
I can tell you're joking, but also in my project it's actually true. So they're always returning 200. I guess that's.
I have seen those APIs as well, and it's a very, very, very sad reality out there in the real world. And I cannot describe what I think about these APIs, at least not in public. It's just bad. There's a reason why there's status codes, and you should make use of them. It makes the life of clients easier.
Since I started writing some stuff for the backend, I have looked through the list of status codes so many times, and every time I'm confused that there's one. I think it's have tea or something.
Yeah,
Teapot.
the
Teapot.
teapot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually I think a April's Fool joke when they made the standard.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a teapot. It's called.
I'm a teapot. Yeah, something. Yeah.